Hi, my name is Kim. What I'm going to talk about this evening is we're going to compare INTPs with ISTPs. Now, they're very similar personality types. They have a lot in common, um, but there are some differences. Okay, so let's get into this. ISTPs. So they lead with TI, just like INTPs. They lead with TI. So those two can connect on TI. Um, the only difference is is the intuition. Okay, so the intuition for ISTPs, it's NI. Okay, and for the intuition for the INTPs, sorry, it's extroverted intuition. Okay, and so um, that is where there's going to be some differences. Okay. But like I said, ISTPs, they lead with TI. And they have that in common. ISTPs and INTPs have that in common. So they're both logical. Okay. They both can spot inconsistencies. They can spot things that don't add up, things that are, the illogical or just not logical. Um, and they can spot the inconsistencies, the discrepancies, and all that stuff. Um, Now, ISTPs, they have NI, okay, but NI actually is um, it's third. So ISTPs are going to have SE, okay? So extroverted sensing. Um, so they're ISTPs. They're very into the moment. Um, yeah, very down to earth. They live in the moment. Um, for a very quiet type, they like adventures. It's hard to believe, but they do. They love doing those things. I've heard of some ISTPs, they love going to festivals or concerts or whatever. Um, and their SE is, uh, they're very realistic. Um, they're very down to earth. Um, they love making things with their hands. They make beautiful sculptures made out of wood or maybe glass or like a snow sculpture, just these beautiful things. They're actually known as the artisans because they make interesting, really neat things with their hands. Um, and now INTPs, they're not really into that. They're not really into making things with their hands. Um, INTPs are innovative and they have a lot of ideas and for projects or inventions. Like they're very innovative. And ISTPs are not really innovative. When they make things, it's very, very tangible, very sensory, very concrete things, practical. Yeah, things that are, that can be utilized. Whereas INTPs, they're theoretical, they're thinking about abstract ideas, concepts. Um, they are, yeah, with their extroverted intuition, they get loads and loads of possibilities and ideas. Their TI analyzes those ideas, sees if they're logical and make sense, and if there's, if it's consistent. Um, they'll keep that idea and they'll keep it in their mental framework. Um, it's logical. Um, Now, ISTPs, they don't really have a, a, um, a logical framework that they work with. They they are their SE um, really keeps them grounded, you know. Whereas the INTPs, they're way out in left field or in la la land. They're daydreaming. They're thinking about things. They're in their heads. Okay. Whereas ISTPs are very present, and SE makes them present. They are very present individuals. Um, ISTPs, they love nature. They love hiking. They love things, the sensory. They love, being in this, of having that sensory experience. They love all that stuff. They like survival stuff, go in the woods and make things with their hands for survival and all that stuff. ISTPs, they like sports, Um, INTPs, they're more so not really into hiking, although it would be a good thing to get them out of their heads and to really be in the moment, to be present and experience the nature and the sensory. But INTPs, they're in their room, they're doing research about different abstract topics, different theories, and they can do that for hours. Just be by themselves and do that. Um, ISTPs, they're solitary. They do have a side where they're solitary and like to do things by themselves. They'll go by themselves for a hike. They'll go for a walk by themselves. They're very independent types. ISTPs are very chilled, very calm personality types. INTPs, they are calm too. Except when Annie gets them into these silly moods. They get into the joking around, just for joking around and having you know fun with silliness and the absurdities of life, how silly it is and how absurd it is. That's kind of that's their sense of humor. ISTPs, their sense of humor probably would be more down to earth, kind of concrete. Um, but they're an SP. SPs are pretty funny, actually. They can really, make people laugh so hard, like they're, you know, gut busting laughs, even though they're quiet, but they do have a sense of humor. They have a funny sense of humor because they are part of the SPs, and SPs, they can be funny. INTPs are quirky. Okay, their sense of humor is quirky, absurd, stuff like that. Now, okay. Now they have ISTPs have NI. Okay, so NI, so it's third. Okay, so they'll that with it being third, um, they have their goals. I would think they would have some goals in the future, some things that they want to attain down the road or something. Um, they have an idea what they want to do, and that's how NI is for an ISTP. Um, Whereas INTPs have NE. Okay, NE is just about generating possibilities and ideas. NE is about wacky, zany sense of humor. So that's NE. Now, they both, okay, oh, actually, okay, yeah. They both have FE at the bottom. Okay, so they both should, it's the same. They both have their extroverted feeling, down low. So they're both really not in touch with their feelings or the feelings of others. But they both can work on FE and be and just, radiate a warmth to them. And they have once it's fully developed, they can have no problem socializing, both of them, because both of them find it hard to do that. But when they strengthen their FE, both of them, they can be, they can be very comfortable in a socializing situation. Okay, so ISTPs, INTPs, very similar, but there is some differences. But they both lead with TI, very intelligent types, I'd have to say. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. And I'm going to skip by.